Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, We Nerd World, episode 5.5. Hell yeah. We are rolling back in. We had Chicha B and the Green Goddess rolling in already. Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens. And I'm blabbing in the
Cheers.
background.
Good morning.
Hey, Chippy, it is morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Hello. What is going on?
Trim jail, stuck in trim jail for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I see you have a project behind you.
Quite a massive one.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's why I told him, I'm like, I just got a lot of work to do. So if I'm going to be here chatting all night, at least I could get some work done.
Right? Exactly. It's always nice. Hell yeah. What are you trimming up?
Miles.
Okay.
Miles Clippy. He's the guy that does the Weed Should Taste Good shirts. He also puts out a bunch of seeds. He also does fermented plant extracts.
Okay.
I got his pumpkin fermented plant extract. So he gave me some seeds to test for him. And I didn't get a name on them. So I just call them Miles.
Okay. Hey, why not, right?
Sorry, that's what I'm smoking on. What am I trimming?
Oh,
Phoenix Fire. How to
Phoenix Fire?
Phoenix Fire by Soulfire Seeds. Have you ever heard of them?
Mm-mm.
They came out to the Denver Endo Expo and gave out some free seeds to a bunch of people. Him and he's friends with Exotic Mike from Exotic Genetics.
Oh, wow.
You guys do an Endo Expo? Wait, where do you live?
I'm in Michigan.
You're in Michigan too. Do you guys do an Endo Expo out there? Has there ever been one?
Well, there was an
think so.
expo this summer that I went to. That wasn't too bad. The 420 expo. It was different.
Oh, we had. I don't think
feel
that
like
they
it was
do
more business.
more. Yeah. It's always about whoever is in the industry and like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great if if you're looking for the property, you're looking for a lawyer, you're looking for all that kind of stuff for that shit. It's definitely awesome. But these cups, yeah, they're awesome too.
I went to the High Times Cup once out here in Denver. Well, I was working for a company, so we all got tickets to get in for free.
Oh, nice.
Pretty awesome. But actually, I had a great time walking around the cup. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the cups are nice.
Yeah, that's always fun. Just hanging out, meeting people, smoking weed, and the Endo Expo was definitely way more for the people in the industry, like professionals.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
have a badge, you got in for free on Saturdays.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was still cool to kind of go and see everything and kind of check it out. I've never been to an expo. So
you could find some good seats off someone.
Yeah.
Dude.
Cheers, Smiley.
Cheers. What's up?
Cheers,
Hello.
Smiley.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Going to an expo? Where you going to MJ BizCon?
What? Me?
The MJ BizCon in Vegas right now.
Ah.
So
Hey.
just off the top, I want to say welcome Stoney and Johnny to the Weed Nerd World. But it was funny. I was writing out the title of this episode, and I happened to notice that this is episode 505.5. So I was like, this kind of signifies it should be a good episode. So I'm expecting good
numbers,
things
right?
this round.
Yeah.
Good numbers. There's the numbers of it. So cheers, Stoney. Johnny, welcome to Weed Nerd World.
Cheers. Let's do this.
Cheers, guys.
Hey.
How's my data working? Taking it out for a spin. All right. Okay. No robot Johnny?
Good, Johnny.
Right on.
Robot
Nice
Johnny.
shirt there, Stoney. Like
Yeah,
this
hey,
shirt,
man.
brother.
This was the first cold day I got a chance to throw this sucker on, because when you gave this to us, it was hot. And I remember Larry took his shirt off and threw this thing on right away. And we probably walked about 10 feet into that thing. He's like, holy shit, this thing's melting my skin. It's hot, man. He's like, this is one of them hot shirts. So I'm like, all right, man. I kept that in my memory bank. And let me tell you, it's awesome, though, for the winter. I mean, I was outside in a t-shirt today. It was 40 degrees. I felt fine. So thank you, man.
Yeah, it's only 42 right now. What the hell?
I know. Winter's coming.
We're gonna get warm again. We'll
I
have
know.
to-
Shoot,
Winter's
it
gonna
dropped
bump.
down. Sorry about that. It dropped down to the 70s over here. It's really getting cold.
Oh, here we go. Here's
Yeah.
what guys in the warm states.
Oh my
start coming
God,
back.
man! I've seen people wearing beanies and already jackets, you know, and I'm looking at them like, oh my God, really?
Put on a jacket. I had to put on a jacket. I'm like way too cold right now. I like just went in the house and I'm like, it's so nice and warm in the house, and I gotta go back out. My toes are about to fall off.
Nah.
It's pretty chilly out here.
Yeah, I'm not
Glad
ready.
you toughed it out, though. I'm glad you toughed it out.
Thank you. You know what I do like about the fall though is being able to just chill at home. Something about the warm summer sun just makes you want to be outside and be outdoors and do stuff and be awake. And then like when the winter comes, it gives you more of a chance to just relax at home and chill and snuggle up to the fireplace with some coffee.
Right.
Oh yeah. There's that.
Man, you guys, I want to say one other thing too, man. Yeah, and thank you guys for the warm welcome back, by the way, for the spotlight, man. I'm looking back at the numbers. You know, you worry, man, when you kind of fade from something for a minute. Are they going to come back? Have I lost everybody? What the fuck's going on? But no,
Love you.
there was much love for a return episode yesterday. Thank you guys for not forgetting and coming back. So I just want to throw that out. Tell you guys about it. Appreciate you guys.
Were you in Clio last week, Eagle? I didn't see you, or Chicha. You weren't there either, right?
No, I was not. I'm gonna try if I
No,
go to
I'm-
the Rainbow's Farms. I'm gonna. It probably won't be until Sunday because it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just saying.
Scooping all the deals, last minute deals.
Yeah.
Great
Isn't it
Scottish, I
Halloween that day too?
I don't know. When is Halloween?
I
That was
I
on
think
the-
it's on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's next Sunday.
Yeah, it's on Sunday. So
I know. I have kids. I
hoping
have
for
to
some
know this
spooky
stuff.
deals.
How many trick-or-treaters do you guys get? I get like 5 trick-or-treaters and I just give them handfuls of candy.
Yeah, that's
Fill up
about
their
it. Yeah, I buy one bag and there's like 3 lucky kids that just cash in, man. I don't know. When I was a kid, you were fighting other kids because, you know, you were grabbing the last sucker or last Tootsie Roll out of something, you know. I mean, now it's like you just go 5 houses and that's it. You're done. My kids come back after an hour and their bags are packed to the top, you know, and I'm like, this is awesome for you. Sucked for me. I had to fight for my shit and I spent hours.
Right? I remember running miles, dude. We would cover so many fucking houses just to get candy, like hours at night. Oh, yeah.
Cold
then, like, at a
neighborhoods I never went to before, you know.
Right.
back
And then
and
at a
unload.
certain point,
Go back out.
in the night, people are just like, well, nobody else is coming.
Yes.
Right, they just start giving out handfuls and handfuls. Oh,
That's when you
pillowcases.
had Yeah, you had to outlast everybody, man. You had to start
Yep.
early, but you had to carry in at a 9:30 time period. And you know what, though? You also had to take a couple of door slams in the face, like, you kidding me? 10 o'clock at night? Wham! You know, it's like, but
Well,
then
the
you
thing
cash
is-
in, though, you know, 2 houses down, someone would just load your bag up with everything they had.
Find the
See,
cool
I
neighbor.
would go to the houses like back in the back of the neighborhood, so it was like far to get to that house. So they feel bad. So they just like, oh, okay, it's 10 o'clock at night. You're gonna be like the last person to come to my house. So they just here you go.
Pour it
You
in.
want that too?
Yep. I put on like 2 costumes. I would do a double dip. You go out in one costume around the neighborhood by your house, and then you go home, you switch your costume, and then you come back and do it again.
Yes, I did that too. Yeah.
I would go home and dump my bag out sometimes, depending on
You
where
gotta
I
come back with a
was.
fresh bag.
Yeah. This shit's
Yeah,
getting
we
heavy and I
should
gotta
just
go
hit
to
it.
the back of this up.
But you show up with
Teach
a
you
full
just
bag
hit
and
it.
nobody feels bad for you. You show up
Right,
with
exactly, that too.
I learned that very trick too. I always thought it was a work smart thing. So I would empty out my bag too. And what I found out in the empty bags is what Smiley said. People was like, oh, he didn't get no candy. And they would go heavy handed. So I made it a
Yeah.
habit to keep a light or half empty bag because I knew I would cash in heavy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I even taught that shit to my kids. I shit you not, man. I sat back with like the bag. Here, dump it in here. Dump it in here. We'll divide it up. We'll go. Come back.
Well, my kids are gonna.
Eagles Halloween rules of engagement. That's good.
Hey, man, I'm passing that shit on to my kids. You got a handbook, man?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Eagles
I would
handbook
pay
of
for that.
Halloweening.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah. Green's
It will pay
Goddess, I
for
just want to
itself.
welcome you into the community. I think that was an
Thank you.
awesome interview tonight. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, awesome
Thank
show.
you.
It was awesome. Really appreciated that.
Thank you
Glad
for
I finally
having me,
caught
everybody.
live.
Yeah, we need more ladies out here doing this out in the open.
Can I just be honest? I think the same thing. I watch a lot of FCP, and there just aren't enough females on that show. There aren't.
No.
There's
No.
always guys. And I'm thinking, like, I know a lot of females on Instagram that they're badass chicks who are like doing natural farming and they're trying things, and we've even shared recipes. And it's like, why can't these people be highlighted too? Oh, some more
Well,
people that I could let you know about, Eagle. I know
Yes,
a few.
steer
There
them
you
this
go.
direction. Steer
Yeah,
them this direction.
Please do.
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
we want to meet them.
Right.
You know what? Every lady in my family, most of the ladies that I've known, have always been the best growers as far as in the gardens.
That's
I
what
mean,
I
if you-
learned from a woman.
You know what I'm saying? The grandmas, the moms, the aunties, they were always out there tilling around in the soil and playing with stuff. And, so you ladies need to be brought up here. That's all there is to it.
Well, if you look at any other show about gardening, anything, you'd see like a lot of women talking a lot. But then when you go to look up gardening cannabis, it's like mainly dudes. And
Yeah.
I've had that personally
Right?
that issue, like working in the industry where I was the only girl working with a bunch of guys. So
Yeah.
move to cannabis and it's a sausage fest. The fuck?
fest. And it's like, you're not even interested in sausage anymore. And they all got like, oh no, they're all douchebags. Sorry.
Yeah, 99% of them.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're
thanks.
welcome.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Here's your gift basket.
Oh, shit. Not the basket. Not the
Douchebag, man.
basket.
You see?
Hey, speaking up for the non-douchebags.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy.
Hi.
Cheers, everybody.
Go for yourself.
Hello, Mr.
That's
Greenfingers. How are you guys?
Good. How is it?
Cheers.
I'm
dude.
staying up late. I'm never up this late. Like even when I went inside, everybody else is sleeping right now, and I'm like, dang, I'm usually not up this late at night.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys heard earlier. I'm staying up late because I did a microdose of some shrooms.
No, I did not hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was
I
so
wish I
awesome.
had-
I really appreciate your candor and your energy. And you seem to be like-minded person, because really I'm more of a person of nature. I'm an actual person. So that's where I take my cues from, is nature, not necessarily from constructs of societies. And I try not to hurt people's feelings. I try to be social,
Right.
but you know what I mean.
Like you want to be sympathetic, but at the same time, like sometimes you just got to get away from people and go out to nature and just feel much more at ease and be filled with much more peace. Getting away from the world sometimes and everyone's drama and opinions, maybe. And then to me, when I think about that, it's like maybe it's something that I got to work on myself. Why am I allowing myself to get so upset? So yeah, getting out in nature really fucking helps. I mean, helps me open up my mind and my thoughts, and I'm not so upset anymore. Like I get a lot happier. Like just looking at the views of things, especially right now in fall, looking at all these trees changing colors from like yellows to oranges and reds. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I don't where you're at, but looking at the mountains out here, they're real nice. So
I know that Green's Goddess, I noticed that you take a lot of pictures of creeks and kind of the water. Are
Hell
you
yeah.
attracted to the mountains and stuff like that? Because I tell you what, it's really, really inspiring just to get into that space. And I know it makes you more productive and things like that, but it's just a great place to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love going swimming in the river, even if it's like freezing cold. We were learning about all the health benefits of soaking your body. And even I have noticed as I'm coming home after swimming in the river, how good my skin feels. And I love swimming in the river. I mean, it's all dwindling down now, and it's way too freezing cold to get in there. So I'll have to wait till next summer.
Swimming in that fish poo. It's all about
Swimming
that
in
poo,
the
right?
fish
Swimming
poop
in
is good for
fish.
your skin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And you're very terpy, I bet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microbials.
That is good. That's good.
Yeah. They always talk
Sometimes I
about.
can be a real terp.
So everyone's always talking about like growing with fish voodoos. And what I really want, I think it'd be so cool to have like a natural swimming pool. Well, it's not like a chlorinated pool, but you got like certain plants that are cleaning it out, certain fish that are cleaning it out. It's just like a living pool. And then when you water your plants, go to water your plants with that swimming water that you've been swimming in. So
My friend's got a saltwater pool, which is
Yeah.
kind of like that. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when you get out of that pool, your skin feels great. Everything,
Yeah.
you feel energized. Actually, it's nice,
Yes.
and you can float on the water a little better because there's some salt in there. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I've swim in a saltwater pool. It's definitely a lot different. It's nice. It's definitely nice.
Yeah, it's different.
You just gotta jack the salt content up enough so everybody can float.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I
What are these
saw
white chunks?
those floating tanks that people
Turn it
float
into-
in. I asked my friend, what's the difference between that and a bath? And in
Right.
the floating tanks, they're filled with a shitload of salt. So you're not heavier than the water, right? You're just you're lighter than the water.
Yeah, this salt makes the
I've never been in.
water solution heavier. Yep, and then that's exactly right. It's
Interesting.
like Great Salt Lake is like that too in Utah. You can float on that one too.
Oh, it's probably freezing cold.
There's an ecological disaster going on right now with the salt flats. It's reduced from like 13 square miles to about 6 square miles. And what they suppose is that there's a potash that is a fertilizer factory on the outskirts of it that uses an incredible amount of water, and they extract it. And they won't draw the correlation directly, but it's affected such things as the speed week that they have there. They've canceled it for many years. They had it this year. It's where they do the land speed records and stuff. But the actual phenomenon of the actual salt, it's actually shrunk like a glacier. So it's really, it's sad and scary.
Is it being taken or like evaporated? Or
Yeah, it's more erosion, more like, taking out the water out of the equation, maybe allowing it to not solidify or become a crystalline structure. I'm not a scientist, but I did read an article on it, a couple of them, because it was kind of interesting to me. And the person who I'd like to ask about that would be Alex Hardy, because he's from Utah and he understands those things, and I'm sure he's aware of it. So when you see something like that happen, though, in front of you with a landmark or natural phenomenon, it's just kind of like, holy shit.
yeah. Huh.
It was really.
Well, it's staggering up in Alaska by you guys too, Buddha Boy. When we were there and visited, I forget what glacier it was, but the park had it all marked out, like where the glacier actually was in 1920, and you can hardly fucking see the glacier, dude. It's insane. Like, yeah, and you're still ways away from it yet, where the fucking signs are. Like, you're driving into the place to go park. And where it was in 1920 and shit. Oh shit, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic. I'm not going to overstate it, but it's like this. The erosion that happens, it happens within a couple generations. That, like, say explorers came up the Arctic Passage and they're looking all this, and they have stuff documented that this glacier has receded like 15 fucking miles, in the last 100 years or something like that.
Damn.
I think that we're actually more short timers on Earth. We're like kind of like stewards. We're just taking care of it for a while. But in the end, I think she should take care of us.
It's a symbiotic relationship. We're all taking care of each other, I hope. Because when we die, and this is what I don't get about burials, I just want to be burned and just throw my ashes in the ground. But when we die, our bodies go back to the ground. So
right.
Get one of those caskets where they plant the tree above you or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the fertilizer for the tree, and then everybody can remember you from the tree.
That's what I'm doing.
Fuck yes, turn me into a tree, please.
We actually just did that for my dad.
Really?
He passed away last year. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma did that too.
Right on, guys.
I really
First
don't
of all,
know what they do.
your father, Stoney.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And I'm just saying, I've contemplated this because I'm like 1 year past 50. You're going to think about this shit eventually. And it's like this, of course, my kids are going to take care of me. And what they're going to do is they're going to spread me all over. And I don't care. All Earth is Earth. And if I'm part of the Earth, I go back to the Earth, and maybe they'll smoke me, fucking smoke me.
Yes.
Like the fucking potash and the goddamn calcium and the potassium and the fucking ratio. Strike and dial me in, because we're going to have some products here.
Does cremating you count as potash?
I just think of how high right now.
That's some deep thinking right there. I love it.
Just make sure that you stay in the river for a little while before you go, so you're really terpy going out.
Yeah.
Gotta get them fish terps.
Get that fish terps on you.
More
fatties.
soluble.
I got the omega-3s in my fatties.
That's right.
I bet you that's one nobody's gonna hunt out, is the fish terps. Because it's in there. I think cannabis makes every terp, or every smell or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think you really can refine it that way, but I doubt it. Who would want that, right? Like, would you think something was wrong with it? Like, they did something wrong to it? Like, would you fucking?
Well, why do you want cannabis?
Not really. I think I would like to have a nice salmon terp. I think that would be amazing.
You think so? don't know.
Smoked
Yeah.
salmon, guys.
Trying
Smoked
to
salmon.
picture it in my head, I guess, and it just to me, I think I
salmon
would smell
turp
the
would
bag
be
and like,
just
dude,
killer.
what the fuck?
Well, I mean, are we talking like dead fish turp or like?
Cooked fish would be
Well,
good.
I'm sure that's there. I'm sure you could bring something like that out.
Maybe.
The dead fish turp, I don't know.
I mean, why do you want cat piss?
Right?
though?
I'd try it. I'd probably try it.
Like that's one I'm like, yeah, no.
I've got cat
Cat
piss
piss is
actually.
actually-
I haven't popped it yet though.
Yeah, the cat piss is really fucking good though.
This
That-
smells like puke.
Well,
Thing here, I'm not
do
even
it.
kidding you. It's got a pukey, stinky, pukey turp, man. It's horrible, but it's like so horrible. You got to keep smelling it.
Is that like the puke that you would find on the seat or on the outside of the car or outside the door?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I try not to get that involved. It just smells like puke, and that's enough for me, man. I don't know. It's platinum garlic. I don't know if anyone's ever grown this out, but as you can see, I did a poor job looking up how this thing grows. It just fucking took off, man, after like week
Spiderwebbed
3.
it to the ceiling of the tent.
Oh yeah, it's 8 feet tall.
You guys want to hear a
easily.
story?
The fucking
That's
Dude,
beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm
sorry to interrupt.
I've got this thing all broken going horizontal, and then it goes up through the lights. So yeah, it got out of hand.
I worked at this one company, and we had this harvest that was about to come down this day. And so we show up to work early in the morning and had found out that the building had been broken into and someone had came and stolen a shitload of our fucking harvest. But I think some alarm went off. So as they were running away, like they were kind of like dropping plants and stuff like that along their way. So then the second time that we put plants back into that same space and we're like kind of sad and bummed out by what recently happened, like how do we know that someone might not come back to the same hole and retake these plants? So what we did when we were netting them or propping them up is, this was my friend's idea, not mine, but he wanted to, what were we using? The green ribbon, tie them all to the ceilings. So just like in your tent, but this was like in a big warehouse. We did that to all these fucking plants.
Oh my God.
Every single thing straight up like this, all over the whole entire, not the whole entire, warehouse, but just that one section that had recently been broken into. And I was saying, well, it's great to hold the plants up, but also nobody's going to come in and try to cut all that shit down. They would have
that's true too.
Work just to get the plant. They'd give up or the cops would be called and the cops will show up and they're over there trying to, do you guys even bring scissors? Criminals aren't smart when they're breaking into shit like that. But I thought that was funny when I saw that thing. It reminded me about how we got robbed twice because they did come back a second time and they did try taking these plants down, but there was too much work and too much for them to do that they didn't even bother finishing it. They just took off. They said, fuck it. And I said, it worked.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That's a lot of work though, I feel like.
Oh girl, but when you get paid for it.
Yeah, that's true too. Hell yeah.
Per
Cheers to
hour
that.
to sit here, so what do I care?
Right.
But for the guy trying to come in and take it all, like, no, there was no way he was getting away with all of that. Definitely not happening.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's not uncommon. When you get hit once, you might get twice. It's just like if you see a fight start in a bar and one of the guys leaves, expect him to come back carrying some heat.
Yeah,
Right.
bring his friends or something.
Get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, always. Oh, good.
I'm
Glad
not
that.
saying way,
No.
but it is sometimes.
Well, hey, I want to say Automation Freedom. He came out to MJ BizCon to Las
Yeah, I saw
Vegas.
that.
And he stopped by my place today. And we
Really?
smoked
Cool.
out. Yeah, we smoked out. He brought lunch, him and his wife.
Oh,
And,
nice.
So that was really cool. We had a great conversation, and I turned my lights on early, so hopefully everything will be okay.
Oh.
That's fucking awesome, Johnny. Did he take a look at your system? And I know he was thinking about maybe helping you out. Did he say something like that? Maybe setting up something for you to maybe have something going on?
No, we
Optimize?
didn't even get near that conversation. We were just all over the place. You know, that's what it is. When groomies get together, it's hard to keep a straight conversation. It's kind of like an
Yeah.
interview in a way. You know, it bounces all over the place, man. It's like a bouncing ball.
Look at
And
this.
Johnny, I
Look
sure
at this. And then look
I
at
sure
this.
enjoyed your show the other night.
Exactly. And
Everybody was gonna be out of
right. And I smoked them out with some of the Gondog Mimosa and some of my Puckerberry. And then what was the other one? The bike seat. I hit him upside the bike seat at the last, upside the head of the bike seat at the last. So it was fun. We had a great time, and he enjoyed the way it burned and the way it tasted and the high he got off of it. And so it was a blessing for me just to have somebody come by and smoke my weed. You know?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Johnny, I do like that name bike seat too. Out of all the strain names, that one really makes me want to smell it.
I'm telling you, that one there, it really does kind of have that fucking weird kind of, you know, when you smell it, it's kind of like it's got that weird kind of a fruit kind of smell.
Kind of a sushi thing going on, or what?
I feel
Yeah,
like it'd be like exhaust pipe.
Smiley.
Smell like those fish terps?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a dead fish
very
turps.
terpy. Top of the terp seat to you.
Talking about smelling bike seats.
in the
I
morning.
feel like it would just, yeah. Exhaust. That's all I feel like it would smell like.
That's a strain that he grew. You girls are gross. That's what it's called. It's called bike seat. I'm not talking about smelling bike seats.
That's what I feel
love
like
it,
it would
Smiley.
smell like. I'm just saying.
Like I'm really trying to sniff bike seats. Wink, wink.
Oh yeah, that's boy. This conversation sure did go into the gutter, didn't it? Wow. Bring up a bike seat and look at the direction it goes.
Must be the moon.
Yeah.
Actually, we are in a full moon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? It's Hunter's moon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was nice
do you
and red
know why they
yesterday.
call
I
it-
looked at it coming up on the horizon, like when it's nice and low and just huge and orange, super orange. I'm like, damn, that's so tight. Look at that view.
Hell
I
yeah.
have two orange ones this year.
What?
The blood moon or red moons, or they're like.
Oh yeah, the blood moon.
Yep. They're more orange when they're lower. Something about the season too. Like I don't usually, something about that Halloween moon. It's just orange. It always reminds me of a pumpkin when it's low. Then it goes up here and then it gets brighter and smaller.
This is some Smiley. That's all I was trying to say. Got
What?
some Smiley here. I'm smoking one of Smiley's crosses.
Oh.
Nice.
Trying to make a big deal out of it. I'm like trying to say I'm getting towards the end of this run. I wish I'd planted some more seeds.
Oh no.
Took in some clones.
What's it smell like, man? You get
Bike seats.
Oh God, this is so smelling. I'm joking. It's kind of like motor breath, you know, the OG Chem type of smell.
Yeah.
But better because it's got a little bit of butterscotch up the nose, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
What does that mean?
Interesting.
Butterscotch up the nose.
It's chirpy as fuck, girl.
Oh, okay.
Chirpy as snot. Is that what you said? I ain't heard that in a minute.
I'm glad you asked because I think all of us were thinking the same thing. I nodded and agreed, but I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the butterscotch up the nose. I get it.
Or 100 people at a time. But anyway, all I'm saying is it's very good. It's complex. It has a unique. You know how it's the signature of a bud before you even smoke it. You just get it inside of you, and then you smoke it, and then the taste. It's a catalyst for taste. But this stuff is really good on that level. So I don't know. I would probably keep it around. I just wouldn't breed with it, and I'd just keep it for some personal smoke if that's what you were into.
Yeah.
Or even breed with it. It's not worse, honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna turn my mute on and listen to you guys.
I tried a breeding project once. I don't think I ever want to do that again personally. I need the flower. I have a shitload of seeds, and I'm not a breeder, so it's not like I could really make money off of those seeds. I've literally given some of them out to people who I felt like maybe they were really struggling on seeds. So it's like, yeah, sure, here, have some seeds if you really need seeds that bad. But yeah, definitely lost a lot of yields from that harvest. And I thought, man, why do I do this? I do things in the garden because I think it sounds like a fun idea at the time, but then later on it's not, I wouldn't say super detrimental, but that there went my yield from wanting to grow some seeds and see what that was all about. But now I got seeds for the rest of my life. So that part's awesome. That's the fun part.
Yeah, that's always a nice part.
Yeah. My
Green's
seeds might last longer than I do.
Green's Goddess, you probably have grown a selection and an assortment of cultivars over the years that you might think of finding a couple keepers and just practicing that art, maybe even just annually, just to celebrate that with a single plant or two, because one plant can produce you 1,000 seeds or whatever easily, so it's like this. I mean,
that's why I did it, because I really like the Rona a lot. It has these nice strong lemon terpenes to it. I mean, just smelling it. Do you ever smell your plants and you know what kind of high you're going to get off of it, so you're already high and excited before you even smoked it? That's how I felt when I smelled the Rona. And then so it was my last one, and I was done with it, and it turned out to be a male. I was so upset, and I just decided, you want to know what? I'm going to put this in the room. And at the time, I had a Phoenix Fires indoors, so it's Rona crossed with Phoenix Fire.
Now, Rona, what is that? That's what's that named after? Is that the Rona?
That Rona. Named after coronavirus.
I had a strain, and it was a Kush Mints, and I named it my Wuhan Kush.
Wuhan Kush, that's funny.
Yeah.
This one was from a guy that I used to work with. The Rona was his strain. And honestly, I don't know what it's crossed with. Trainwreck crossed with some other stuff.
Oh, that's got to be, yeah.
And I remember where the Rona originated from. And I don't really talk to that guy anymore. But actually, at the time, right now, I'm growing out a greasy Rona, because one of the plants, the Rona plants I had, ended up being a male, and that was when I had Grease Monkey by Exotic Genetics, in the room, and Grease Monkey ended up having seeds. And I said, I know it's from that Rona male. So I saved the seeds and I called it Greasy Rona. I should call
Yeah,
it
you gotta
2020.
watch
That's
out.
a good one.
You gotta
Yeah.
watch out when you get a greasy monkey in your garden. You never know what's gonna happen.
They're wild.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat was saying my Sharona. So,
My Sharona. Isn't that about Carter?
awesome little drop beat in that, everybody loved that song.
Yeah.
Hit the record button. I'm gonna fucking record this one.
Yeah.
I like Cheech and Chong's version of it better. My scrotum.
My scrotum.
Uh,
That's funny as shit.
Just want to say
Yeah, that's-
welcome, Red Pill, to
Hello.
the show.
Hey, what up, Rico?
How's
So
it
Red
going?
Pill, I just want to welcome you with, you are a category on the wheel now.
Oh shit.
What
What do
is
I
that?
do?
Wait,
Wow.
what?
What does that mean? Just
Did I miss something?
I don't know. It's
No,
Pill's-
Red Pill.
Pill's minute.
See, if I
does
can-
that mean I have to like answer someone's question, do a little dance?
No,
The heck is
Do a
No.
little dance.
as it reads
What is this?
on the wheel, it says Red Pill Rant. That is
Okay.
the name of the category.
oh,
So if
hope
that
that
comes up, then we're open ears for one of your off the wall rants.
I'm glad you gave. I'm
Anything you
glad you
want.
let me know that because now I'm gonna make like a list that I
ready.
can scratch off.
Our
Save your
ranting
rants for the
list.
show.
Yes.
Nice.
Phil, Flora Ned said something that I think actually should be respected, an opinion that I actually kind of harbor myself. He says, I hate that song.
Good shit. I love honesty.
Well, yeah. That's funny.
Oh, I did. The precise moment of why I came in here was when you guys were just talking about Rona and Wuhan Kush. If you guys see anyone with some strain called Fire Fauci, and it didn't come from some dude in Arizona, perhaps allegedly, then it's not the Fire Fauci.
Okay.
That's a fucking awesome name, though. I love that. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I love a controversial name, but that's not controversial to me.
Oh.
I think it should be. Oh,
Fire him.
So my buddy is surrounded by Keith who's growing it. I'm sure he probably doesn't want to know. Oh well, cat's out of the bag.
right on
He's
surrounded.
He's redoing it right now to test if this last round the buds came out black,
Oh,
like not
wow.
purple, but black.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
there's
he-
the
cool.
albino one, which is totally white, which is weird.
So he's regrowing it a second time just to make sure it's actual trait of the plant and it wasn't something that was a one-off quinky dink.
Right.
Is it going to be a clone of it or what?
It will be now that we're talking about it and I force him to do it.
I mean, you got to do a clone of it.
Yeah, you for sure need to do a clone of it. I would.
I believe. I think Eagle's on the same path as I am on this. That when you clone a plant out and you run it an extra distant, I think it expresses a little bit more of itself.
Yeah, no, this
I
is
believe
definitely from
that.
a clone. It's been ran over and over
Okay.
again. So yeah,
Okay.
it's mainly just testing and repeating to make sure it's,
Wow, that's awesome.
Tight, yeah. See a picture of that. Weird.
Oh yeah.
I
I
get you.
remember back in the day we had Colombian black, and that was a superior smoke. It was really good.
Yeah, he has comparison pictures actually right next to a bud of Amy Aces. The Amy Aces is green the Fire Fauci's black.
Wow. Well,
That's like
that's a fucking
sending
cool
somebody
name for
black
a black
roses.
strain.
I just had to put it out there just because I want him to have the credit for it.
Yeah.
Because like the Corona strains, they're going to become popular, obviously, because of the time.
Yep.
People are always going to make little time capsules.
Well, here's the thing.
Yep.
I just feel like when someone creates a strain, everybody takes that strain and creates something of it. Because it's like I
Yep.
hear wedding cake, and then all of a sudden it's like everything has cake in it, or everything has cookies in it, or so. I believe.
Come on,
that.
Cheech, that was so
Agreed.
2 years ago. Now it's the runs.
Yeah, runs now. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't. It's like it
You're
just
right.
happens.
Gelato is next.
Yeah.
Good,
Gelato.
because I got a shitload of that.
Gelato was 10 years ago.
I don't mind a gelato.
I got a whole bunch of gelato crosses and stuff from Moscow seeds. I'm actually growing a few out right now. Actually chopping one down tonight.
I mean,
I would
in
like
the
to grow
morning.
Vietnam black because I've heard about the Vietnam black for a decade or so. I'm not in the loop, but it's like this. It just sounds cool. I think that Reefer Man had some of that in his Willie Nelson strain, which whatever. I just kind of this is within this century, so it's not that far back. But now it's like holy shit, that's kind of like old timers stuff. But I always like the hazes, so I don't think I've experienced the variety of hazes that I should in this lifetime.
My Bubba Haze is a nice one.
I tried growing a haze this summer, and it took forever to grow. It was kind of growing in the shadows of my other plants, so it's not like it would have been much anyways. But when I went back later, it turned out it was a male. I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. The thing took off. I mean, maybe that's why I should have known better, but it was tall. It grew so vigorous, so fast. And it didn't get a lot of light when I put it outside because the other plants were like monster bushes and just taking over the space. But when I went to look at it one day and saw that it was male, I was like, son of a bitch. So I never really got to have the whole haze growing experience like I was hoping for.
I might not limit that to hazes. Let's be inclusive of what probably is an out of fashion term, but sativas, hardcore sativas. There's a lot of expressions that way. It's like I hate it
forever.
Yes, I hate it when the discussion becomes pointed where you can't call a sativa a sativa. And if you don't know what one is.
Yeah, well, the way that it's growing real tall, the leaves are real thin. But other than the effects that it gives you, that has, one thing that I have learned about, and I read this a long time ago, but most CBD strains are from like sativa like plants, and maybe that would make sense if you feel like this plant possibly gives you more energy. Maybe it's because of the terpenes that are in that plant. Maybe the cannabinoids such as CBD that might be in that plant that's there to just kind of give you energy instead of giving you like more of a head high, a couch lock high, which would come from certain cannabinoids and terpenes.
Yeah, you got to feed that cannabinator,
Cannabinator.
Yeah.
Oh man. Nobody else is stuck in trim gel right now from Croptober?
Well, I got
Tony's
some inside
trimming.
my dryer. Yeah, nobody else is trimmed.
I'm hoping to harvest before Christmas.
Oh no, I got them coming down soon. I got one coming down tonight, and it's going to be one right after another. So yeah, I'll be trimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of days for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's drying right now, and the herb's now drier.
Yours is indoors?
Yep.
Do you live in Vegas?
Yep.
is it always super warm out there even during the winter time? Like, could you grow outdoors during the winter time?
Yeah, actually, you could. It gets down to freezing at times, but if you have a greenhouse, yeah, there's no problem with that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the greenhouse, you could go at it no problem. Matter of fact, my neighbor is going to be helping me out with that. He's got a little
Nice.
greenhouse over there, and we're going to be doing an experimental grow out there through the wintertime to see how it goes.
I'm trying that with my greenhouse this year. We had reinforced it, so this might be the first winter I'm going to see if I could leave the it's a hoop house, so it's just like clear I don't know plastic. So you're right. If it can maintain itself and holds together during the like winter storms, hopefully maybe I could utilize that to grow during the winter time, because it's definitely nice and warm in there. I went in there the other day just to make sure all the other plants that were still in there were getting watered. Like I have a few tomatoes and peppers, and I have these strawberry plants that didn't really take off. But I'm wondering if they didn't take off because they got overshadowed by the big monster plants. Yeah. So, next year I think I might just leave that greenhouse just to doing food, because I really want those strawberries to like take hold. I think it'd be so cool to have my own strawberries.
Yeah, I want some strawberries too.
Yeah. A tasty treat while you're growing your weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a little 4x5 raised bed outside in my yard.
Nice.
I've been kind of hugelkultured up. I've got a lot of wood up underneath it, and I got different other substrates that were recommended, as well as all of my I ground up all of my previous stalks and stems and stuff, and I incorporated that into it as well.
That's what I'm doing right now. Like I have a big bucket. I've been all the leaves and stems from harvesting.
You have a trash can. That's fucking hilarious.
What I'm trying to do right now is just get all of the big leaves off of here, and just so that I could store them, because they need to be jarred up quickly. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do with all these leaves and stems. Put them back in the garden bed and just let nature do its thing.
And what I do with my leaves is I dry them, and then I mill them down with a blender, pretty much, to a powder, and then I put them, reintroduce them back into my soil that I use indoors for reamendments.
Yeah, I definitely like using my stems and leaves as that top mulch layer. When I was making beds, I had to use stuff that I've been collecting for so many months and put it in the bed, so that the beds kind of had that organic layer of the stems and leaves and stuff like that, for that like kind of hugelkulture type thing. They also make great food for fungi. Plus, I heard that it also helps to retain moisture, like that the wood really retains water inside of it.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So I'm glad
and
that
when it starts to rot, then it starts giving out even more nutrients, and then it becomes even more it holds more water, let's just say, more porous.
Right.
Oh, yep.
One day I was at the library and I was looking up permaculture, books on permaculture. So I was at the university library here, and man, that was really intriguing. It was like really getting me thinking about systems and fish ponds, and having an integrated piece of land where everything kind of like worked together in a common sense way. And I went up to the librarian, I was checking the book out, and she said, "Have you ever heard of hugelkulture?"
Nice lady.
Yeah, I was like, I said, no, I haven't actually. Could you fill me in a little bit? And she explained, the basics of cribbing and things like that with these logs and things like that. And she grabbed one of those old index cards that libraries used to use, like from the card catalog. And on the back side, recycling, and she wrote Hugel culture in this very beautiful script with a pencil, with a library pencil. So I'm still, who knows? Maybe this lady was part of my journey. I know she was, because it's like this. Eventually, I will actually have some outdoor beds. And where I live here, the trees are kind of shallowly rooted, although they go down quite a ways, the big spruce trees, but the undergrowth kind of falls over a lot, the birches and things like that also. So it's like this. I really need to learn how to operate within the flora and fauna that are in my little boreal forest region, because it's distinct. And there's a lot of fungi and things like that around here.
Oh, really?
And there's a lot of mosses and things like that. And there's peat moss, right here outside of my house. So I don't go mess with that, but it's like this, I'm just saying, I appreciate your conversation. Anyway, I'm going to kick back here and just listen to you guys again.
Buddha boy, he comes in and he spits fire, and then he takes a step back so that other people absorb the fire. Anyways, I don't want to toast you guys too much. I'm going to take a step back and let you devour all of that to which I just gave.
But I feel she was very much part of your path. I mean, there was a reason why there's always, I come across people that you're just like, what? What just happened? It's just meant to be sometimes.
Yeah, meant to be, or maybe sometimes it's not meant to be.
Or it's a sign.
Yeah.
Were
you the one that had shared on Instagram a while ago about red flags? Was that you? Someone shared something about someone being
probably. Maybe.
Definitely. Use a warning sign about somebody.
20 minutes to the 420, so I'm going to take a hit.
There we go.
You guys,
Here's that.
You guys are familiar with the term synchronicity?
Yes.
It's meaningful coincidence. That's kind of what we're talking about a lot when we're trying to put our finger on what's going on in our garden and what the correlation of A to B to C is. But in fact, you know what? We're all an important part of the picture, of each other's picture as well.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like the parts of your garden that you sometimes want to reject, the parts that you don't want in the frame of your lens when you take the picture. Those are important parts too. So anyway, keep it real.
Now step back.
There you go, spin that fire again.
Buddha boy rocks. He's awesome.
Buddha boy rocks.
Look, Buddha boy steps in and stokes the fire.
Because
I love it.
I don't know, animals are pretty cool. Like, especially when you could utilize, poop. Back to talking about poop again. But like, if you got alpacas, you could use the alpaca poop. If you got chickens, you could use the chicken poop. If you got horses, you could use horse poop.
I hear that alpaca shit's some good shit.
Dude, I've heard nothing but good things about the alpaca. 5 out of 5 stars for that alpaca duties.
I hear
alpaca farms are like
nutrients. Yes! They pack a lot of nutrients in that alpaca shit, right?
Pack a lot of nutrients. Yeah, but that would be cool to when you have a farm to have like the animals on there too, and the animals are there mainly because you're benefiting off of the waste that they're creating, I suppose, and then reutilizing that back into your garden beds or your compost pile or wherever.
Oh yeah, good to utilize.
Has anyone ever tried like dog doo-doos?
I wouldn't. No.
Natural food. Natural. Okay.
No, I wouldn't even suggest it. I worked in a kennel for 5 years. No.
I had a dog
everything.
that used to eat it.
No. Mm-mm. No, I wouldn't. Not. No, do not.
No
approve.
doggy doo-doos in the compost.
No, it doesn't sound good.
No.
Miranda Family Farms told us a story about one of his neighbors. And he said, there's something wrong with the plant. You want to come over and take a look at it? He went over there and he said, what's that smooth stuff all over the top of it? And he said, well, my dad spread dog shit over the top of it like a cupcake.
Not just
He
that.
thought it would be
and
good fertilizer.
It wasn't just raw dog shit. He let it ferment in a jar out in the sun.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So it must have been some rancid. Oh, man.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Thus we have the origin shit strain.
You know, it's funny. The other day, he told me that the guy actually brought him over some of his weed that he was proud of that he saved, and he grew through the. It looked okay, and he goes, yeah, thanks, man, and he took it. When he got home, he threw it. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's some things that you just don't want to smoke.
No.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What are you talking about? That's Labrador, man. That's Labrador.
That's true. That's true. I heard about that stuff in a story.
That's
one
a
time,
purebred.
Labrador. Yeah.
That's purebred shit.
It took the guy like a week to get it on. Something.
What happened? I must have missed the story.
Oh, I was teaching Sean.
I feel like this true confessions, but I think I've mentioned it here before, but one of the best strains I've ever grown, really, I would love to get the genetics back or try to emulate it. It was called Strawberry Dog Shit. It was strawberry crossed with Chem D. I think it was Chem G, baby. But I tell you what, it was a wonderful plant, a beautiful plant, and somehow the seeds have remained elusive. So
that kind of store genetics.
You got it, man. Did you ever try that red pill?
Unfortunately not, man, but I'm a lover of Casey Jones, and that's who you got to track down if you want that strain.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty up to snuff on that stuff. I probably grew like 12 of their strains back in the day, and then I kind of still run True Canna gear. So he was part of them for a while.
Lemon Hoko, if I could get some genetics. Old school dog poo F3 or the original. That was an Apollo 13 BX from Subcool to Chem D. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Some great stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
I think everybody talks about searching for the Holy Grail and the past and the land race and everything, but let's get real. The best weed that you have is the weed in front of you.
Yep.
So.
That's what I was just going to say.
Garden, you're growing it. So the only gardener that you really need to really refer to is yourself. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Of the one you're with.
I love knowing how my cannabis is grown since I'm growing it.
I like just to grow my own medicine and my own food. Like my tomato game was real strong this year. Man, tomatoes are so delicious. And I made a lot of foods with them, and I shared them with a lot of people. And today I just harvested a lot of peppers, so I'm probably going to make like a stew with all that. But I really love, and it started from wanting to learn how to grow cannabis organically, and then the whole living soil idea and the whole no-till idea got me into realizing if I grow this way, I want to use these same ideas to transfer over to growing food the same way.
Right. Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when I was growing my own food, it was awesome. And there's a lot of mistakes made. I mean, I'm new to it.
Believe me, I killed a lot of house plants. Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me. So I totally understand.
Yeah. I still have like this one lavender plant. I just don't want to let it go anywhere else. It's just so small and sad because it's been indoors in a pot. Whereas the other lavender plants, I put them all outside, and they grew pretty nicely. But I want to keep this one inside. I don't have it. Well, besides my weed, I don't have just like a house plant.
Oh wow.
You gotta have an aloe vera. You gotta have an aloe vera plant.
Yeah.
So I do have two aloes downstairs, and I use them often. I love my aloes. One of them is like very wild. I mean, it just like making more and more and more and more and more, and it doesn't want a lot of attention. And I've literally taken some of it out and repotted them and given the gifts to other people, and it just really fills up that pot. I don't know what it's gonna turn into, but I'm just sitting back and watching and waiting to find out. Dang, this smells good.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Goddess. Thanks for staying up late with us. You know,
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I know you're past your bedtime, but you're keeping it moving. I see you're working, and Eagle's having a nice time. We're all just kind of like having a little bit of a powwow.
Oh yeah. Modern. Cheers,
What's up,
Modern.
guys?
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
go and do here real quick.
Stay up this late at night every night.
Oh
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot.
My whole family does.
Sometimes I get on and off this.
You're welcome to join in anytime. Yes, you're welcome to join in any night, anytime.
There's been times where I've waken up and I wake up early in the morning, and you guys are still like rocking and rolling. Well, I can't do chat when I'm on my phone, but I just watch the show anyways, and I'm just like, man, have these guys been up all night long?
Most of the time.
Yeah. I always got to catch that replay later on, Is this enough to go into a jar? No, that's a bit too much. No, I think I'll just leave it in here. Cool. One plant down. 20 more to go.
Hey, Tony, what you up to, guy? I keep busy as hell, man. I see you doing everything in the world, and how do you do it, Stony? I mean, I can get a lot done, but I choose not to. But you're the opposite. You just get the
Tony
shit
ain't
done.
making no money. That's how he's doing all that other nonsense. So I'm just doing, man. I don't know. I just I don't know how it goes. I'm just doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing, I guess. I'm just going with what I'm supposed to be doing, not what I think everybody else thinks I should be doing, or what I think I should be possibly doing because of what everybody else thinks I should be doing. That kind of situation,
Yeah, I was gonna say, yes, Tony. I was gonna tell you need to do this.
Stony, what I like is A, you're a worker, but B, you're enjoying life, and C, I see your family involved in your activities, and you present them in a way that's wholesome and fucking cool. You're a good dad, and I respect that shit. And your plants look great too, all different styles of growing, and you're a funky drummer. And I'm just taking my hat off to you, but my hair's all
Dude,
messed
thank
up.
you. I appreciate that, man. Really, I appreciate that a lot. You have no idea.
He shared a picture of himself with no shirt on. Actually, you've been doing that all summer, haven't you?
Well, I mean, it's summer, and I mean, right now it's 81 degrees down here. It is getting pretty. This Eagle shirt is hot. I'm actually starting to sweat because I was moving around. So yeah, I love this thing though for winter, man. This is fucking best. I wish. Do you got long sleeves like this too?
Oh no, actually, I think some of them are different. Some of them are actually like cotton feel, and some of them are like the polyester. So it sounds like you might have like the polyester.
Because this in a long sleeve, man, dude, this would be awesome, man. Because you could just probably put this over a sweatshirt and be outside and probably not even feel it. You know what this reminds me of? Like the old Tyvek suits they used to give you. back in the day. I don't know if you remember that. They make like a jacket out of Tyvek, and it's so paper thin, but you put that on, no wind gets through that thing. I mean, like that thing would keep you warm. And you didn't have to wear much. It was nice to work without all that bulk on you, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
That shit
framing
right there is
mine
gonna be
and
it.
putting it. I'm gonna frame
Right,
mine
right.
and put it on the wall.
What's
Nice.
up, Modern?
Hey,
It's
Modern.
white.
T-shirt guy told me there was actually going to be a sweatshirt shortage this year.
You're shit.
Supply
Really?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what about the sweatshirt? Just kidding.
So we could start buying up sweatshirts now, printing stuff on them, and then gouge the hell out of them, right? In another
Right,
month or two.
right.
I only have 2
Profitability.
addictions in life.
Throw them next to
weed and
all of your
liquor.
toilet paper.
Right.
You know what would be cool though would be beanies nonetheless with like that logo on it.
With this logo, yeah, it'd be perfect because it's round. You could stick it right on the front of the flip.
Ah.
Great
Mhm.
idea, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, mine's going on the wall in a frame in my office.
Hell yeah. Here's that.
I give them support. I
I
give them
get you another one.
I think you got to have.
one
Eagle
to
sign
wear.
it.
But did you get it
But he said
signed
that-
before you did that?
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm gonna have them get him to sign it.
I'm gonna wear mine
Eventually,
for a
it'll
while
get it.
before I frame it.
Wear it out.
Into would be more appropriate modern genetics would be like the next event, like old, like the high school style, have
Yeah.
the people from the community sign in and then
Mhm.
put it in there because it is kind of
We have to
Yeah,
do a
but
different
that's
one. Not the white one. There's only 2 of the white ones, and I got one of them. So
true
not
that.
the white one. You gotta give me another one, and we'll do that to that.
So how many pink ones did you have, Eagle? 1 or 2?
There is
Because those are special.
6.
Okay, you got
Yes,
6 of them.
there are.
Okay.
There's 6. And Gus Grove's got one.
Yep.
My daughters, each one of my daughters have one. Teacher B has one.
I think I'd be on that
Cass
list.
has one.
I would have made my ass up to
So
Michigan.
that's it right there. Yeah.
My,
That's it.
my girlfriend's got one too, Eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Go.
I
You
wanna
know
be
what's
in
weird
that
is
group.
there's actually more. Yeah, I owe Red Pill one. He ever gets his ass here, I got to get one made for Red Pill.
Oh, Red Pill. Mission. On a mission.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't have
You
one
guys-
of the Eagle Cups today. I have this one, but
I was thinking you get this one with the eagle logo on it with the bowl piece.
Wake and bake.
I have one of
you
those
could get
cups.
these, like I saw like a place where you could actually buy these and then they'll print your stuff on it or whatever. And they're fairly
Oh,
cheap
yeah.
too, you know. It's kind of cool.
That'd be really cool. I got one of them cups too. The Wake and Bakes.
Yeah.
They're actually nice. They work well.
Hey,
They
I
work-
haven't
I
used
haven't
mine
tried
yet.
It works good, huh? I haven't tried it yet.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do work well.
What happens when you're like drinking your coffee, fill your butt over?
Well, the bowl's on like the side that you drink out of, so you don't necessarily keep it back
Dishwasher
all the
safe?
time. Yeah,
No, that's
they're
something you'd
dishwasher
alcohol
safe.
wash.
But I
Oh,
hand wash mine. Because I don't. Yeah, easier that way. Does that one say hand wash? I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I would hand. I
Yeah, that's good looking mug. That's cool.
Yep. I've seen those at the stores. I always think that they look cool, but the first thing I think is, what happens when you go to have like a sip of your coffee and then like all your bowl spills out?
Well, it's got to
This
have
guy
the
grow
sticky
really
in it.
sticky weed, man. Real sticky
Yeah, you
weed.
gotta-
That's all.
Yeah, right, Smiley? That's it. That's it.
Coffee terps.
Tall and
Fresh
trim.
hot coffee terps. Pumpkin spice terps.
I'll bet you some hash would be good in there. You know what? I saw Cap 420 over the weekend. He come running up to me. He's like, Stoney. Because I guess last time up in Clio, he wanted to give me some hash or something. And I mean, it was crazy up there. There's so much shit going on at once. And I didn't get a chance to hook up with him again. So then he comes up to me and here he breaks off this chunk of hash and he goes and puts it in this little baggie and he looks at it and it was a huge chunk, you know? And he kind of looked at it, he's like, oh man. I'm like, you tore off a little bit too much, huh? He's like, well, I did what I did, man. He threw it in there. I'm like, no, man. He's like, no. And I'll tell you what, it was some good hash. It was pretty good.
That's funny. That's what there was this comedian saying about that. You ever like a homeless person asks you for $1 and you're like, all right. So you whip out your wallet and you go to whip out $1, but you whip out like a $20 and you're looking at them and you're looking at your 20 and you're looking at them like, I didn't mean to give you this much, but you already whipped it out. You don't have $1. You got like a $20 bill. Just give the guy a $20 bill.
He obviously really needed it. That's why it happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
that's
looking at you and looking at the hash and looking at you like looking at the hash like fuck.
Happy 420.
Happy
Cheers,
420.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Burn them if you got them.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna say this now. I really want to grow a good Bubba Kush in this lifetime, like 25 of them, you know, or something like that. Because I honestly haven't come across it but a couple times, and I can identify it, but it's like this. That's a great taste. I've had it combined with other things, but I want a good Bubba Kush.
Bubba Kush?
Yeah. It's tasty and it's like kind of like that butterscotch coffee. It's got me thinking of it with the coffee type of thing. Using that butterscotch thing again. But it's
You're
like
on the butterscotch roll.
honestly, I've encountered that type of combination, that's what I call it. And for me, it's just a nice, desirable, when you come up with something that kind of summarizes the experience of kind of like the buttery, the piney, the coffee, all this. It's not like, you know, I'm not Kevin Jodry. I can't just like say, you know, well, you got this terp, great, this, although he's a lovely man, we know that. It's like me, I got to be finicky about it. I got to isolate it down to one thing and say, there's definitely a butterscotch Kush out there that has my name written on it.
I recently made a butterscotch cheesecake. It was freaking delicious. You make it well, this recipe was a bit different. Most chocolate cheesecakes, they want you to add like the chocolate chips. So this one was like adding butterscotch chips instead of chocolate chips. But this recipe I used also asked for the butterscotch pudding. So you sort of made like the butterscotch pudding and then melted it all together with the chips and then melted that in with mixed it in with the cream cheese and everything else. But the cheesecake was fucking delicious. Like I've never made butterscotch cheesecake before, but it was what my daughter wanted and we found an awesome recipe and it worked out great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, who's with the butter frosting, the coconut, and all of that? That to me is like a real memory of like eating very good.
Yeah, that's what I would definitely call it, eating real good. Yep.
So that Bubba Kush you say has got like coffee terps to it?
Oh yeah.
Coffee?
Yeah. It's like
this plant right here. This is my tester. It's from Miss Jill. It's a Mendo Perps crossed with Jilly Bean. I've got 3 of them. This is the same thing here. This is in soil. The other one's in cocoa, and I got one in DWC. This one here and these 2 here smell like coffee, man.
Coffee.
Yeah, I get huge coffee, but I also get like this sweet berry on the end of it. But the coffee terp is straight up front, and then it ends with like this sweet berry on the end. So I can't wait to fucking smoke this shit to see what this comes out like.
Yeah, I hope that carries through.
Yeah, I do too, man.
It should carry through, and it should be really enjoyable. You should make sure you keep backups, or
Oh well, these are testers, so I have a shitload of seeds from her, and I'm sure I'll get more if I ask. So
nice.
So yeah, I've already I cloned it just to make sure I could keep it going. I got a clone in there.
Oh, good.
So, but I do have more seeds from her, to test. But yeah, it's a pretty cool plant. Actually, very simple to grow, man. This thing's, I have no trellising or anything like that with it. I don't have to really train it. Just kind of folds up its own. I mean, it's getting heavy. Like I'm gonna have to probably start propping it up a little bit, but for a first timer, yeah, it's a pretty nice. What's that?
I said spider webbing it to the ceiling so that nobody will take it from you.
No, that's my platinum garlic. That fucking thing. Yeah, that thing. What a pain in the ass. And I got 2 more of them growing over here, and I'm like, oh man. But at least I know what they're gonna do. So they were just weird because I have a lemon Jeffrey right next to it, and they are the same height, everything all the way through, and they sprouted up. And then this thing just, like week 3 of flower, it really took off. Every day I walked in, it was up another 4 inches. And I'm like, you're shitting me. And if that went on for like a week, and then it grew through everything else, and I kept breaking branches down and trying to grow it horizontal.
Especially like when you're in a tent, or let's just say you have a limited ceiling height, and you're trying to bend it down, and then some of the strains, they get a little too woody. I don't know if that's a strain or if that's something that's in the ground that the plant is uptaking, but I've noticed some plants, they just get real woody, and you can't be flexible with them anymore because they will just break right off.
Yeah. I just bend them enough to where the insides, they snap. Kind of like the Kyle Cushman, the way he does it, same thing. What's that?
Chiropractic, crack them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I do that too.
Sorry,
but
guys.
I mean, I only did that because I didn't trellis the top. I mean, look, I honestly, up until like a week ago, I've been very sparse in the garden this whole summer. I've been busy doing other shit, and I just kind of let everything just kind of do its own thing, and just came in here and just did the bare minimum to get through this. But that's why that plant grew that way, otherwise I would have it smashed out and trellised out real nice and wouldn't be that tall. What'd you do with your finger?
Hey, what?
Cut my
What
finger.
the hell?
Oh,
cut it. Like with my fucking my scissors.
No.
My trimmers. Yeah.
Sharp scissors,
pull the branch back, and I fucking was reaching around like that, and I fucking before you knew it, man, it was all the way.
Oh shit!
Didn't hurt that bad, but it was sure as hell. It probably needed stitches.
Man, stop flipping me off. Stop flipping me off, modern.
Yeah.
That's a great flipper right there. I'm telling you.
You're gonna want to keep that for later. You might need it.
Still got this. Still got this.
Yeah.
Boy, if you were in Massachusetts, man, that would be like a winner, because they hang out their door and flip people off,
You'll light that fucker on fire is what you'll do.
I just wanted. Like I said, I thought it needed stitches. Really, it was all the way across on one side, and the other side, and it wasn't just a little scratch. It was pretty bad. So I just wanted to make sure it don't move. It's sealed up nicely. It seemed like it came together and quit bleeding. So I thought it was pretty good.
Were you able
to?
But make sure you air it out.
Were you able to move it before you? Were you able to move it before you sealed it?
Yeah.
As long as you didn't cut anything.
It was on the tip. There. It was like about 16th or an 8th inch from the tip.
All right,
Gross.
that's good. I'm done
A
talking
little bit
about
more, I
that.
could took the whole damn tip off.
Wait, Modern, I want to let you know to change your bandage daily. Because
Yeah,
I
well, it
got
just happened
let it
yesterday.
air, like
on
let
my
it
ankle
air out
and
too.
go get
It's
stitches.
only been a day. It's only been a day.
Okay, well,
Okay.
like
Don't you be lighting any
tomorrow.
roaches. Don't
As your
you be
physician,
lighting any
I
roaches. You're gonna light that thing on fire.
medical marijuana is the answer. Generate and
I
get your
just
dividend.
keep it on there. I'm just keeping this on there until it,
If
they
you don't,
should.
It'll
you
be
can put-
fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Dudes
Leave
cut
it
their
on there
thumbs
for a
off
couple of
before, man. At
days and
work, I
then
Be
saw
fine.
I picked up a guy's thumb one time and put it in a box for him so they could sew it back on. Cut a piece of plywood.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I was right there, man. I was walking right up, and the guy's ripping a piece of plywood, and the thing kicked back on him, and wham! And I just see this thing go shooting in the air, and I just see blood squirting everywhere, and him going, "Holy fuck!" And I ran over and looked. I'm like, "Shit, that's his thumb." And he picked it up and threw it in a box for him, and he took him to the hospital. They were able to get it back on. You know?
Nice.
Weird.
Gotta put it on nice.
Happened to my
I'm sure
brother.
Eagle's
He
seen
looks
some
like he's
shit
got
too.
a normal thumb, or I'm sure he can't move it, right?
Oh
He
yeah,
can't-
well, he's got like very minimal movement, but he can still
Weird.
grab things with it. Now it's not like without a thumb, which would be you're fucked, and you're almost like an animal, just like a
I was
paw.
about to say that, yeah, like dogs, because we always joke around about the dogs and cats. Like, why can't they just go feed themselves? Because they don't have thumbs. So they need you to use your thumbs to open up their food and scoop out their bowl, and they can't do
My
much with their
favorite
thumbs.
construction injury
Okay, that's
is
going down in the red pill rant. Dog independence. If they could go out and get their own jobs, it'd be a completely different world.
Would they not want us anymore?
That's not.
We wouldn't be
their.
their best friends, I'll tell you that.
They fucking would put us in shape.
They may find a new owner. You never know. Like, yeah, you know what? I don't like you so much.
Yeah, I make my own money now.
I make more than you. Like, what are you doing?
I'm like a guide dog,
I want to see them driving cars like little Camaros and Corvettes, things like that. I think they're going to have some accessibility issues. I think we ought to modify those quickly because they do indeed rule the world. But hey, Stoney, I just wanted to say one more thing. Those plants that you showed us in your tent, those coffee ones, those look kind of cool. Those look really nice. I mean, I'm thinking that your garden looks nice most of the time, regardless of whether you're there or not.
Yeah, it probably looks better when I'm not there usually.
Yeah,
That's the truth. I mean, I don't really spend that much time, even when I am spending time. I mean, I spend more time, just making sure everything's really happy and it's not out of control like that plant there. But I just find, look, I'm sure we've all done that when you first get into it. You're in there fucking with the plant. And I mean, I see people, I got a couple of those little seedlings that popped up, and I've seen people take those things and they're bending them down and stretching them out and doing all this weird shit to them. And it's like, I don't know how much that does. I mean, for me, it didn't do much. It just really stunted the growth of my plant. Probably forced it to put energy into areas it didn't need to put energy into. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just find the less I fuck with it, and the more I'm just nice to them, and I come in with a positive attitude, they seem to just. I think as long as you're happy, they're happy.
Yeah. It's all
and you
matters.
feed them. You feed them properly.
So, Stoney, what you're saying is that if we go in there and we bug our plants a lot, we're going to give them digestive issues?
Possibly. I don't know. I think it depends on your demeanor, right?
Yes,
It's
get them all
like where
out.
they had that plant that they screamed at and said you were worthless, and the other one they said they loved.
Oh yeah.
And the worthless one like died.
On water. They did that on water.
Well, you can see it when there's a room full. Say you're in a room full of 5-6 people and everybody's laughing and telling jokes, having fun, and one person walks in and slams the door. You can the whole vibe instantly changes.
Right.
Yes.
For the plants too. Like if you come in all pissed off from traffic, whatever, and like, you know what I mean? It just, that vibe goes out.
Yep. I believe that because, you know, I've had a couple friends that have some big grows, and I have one of those friends is kind of like he's more in for money. So everything, he's stressed all the time, and he's always fucking negative, man, and he's cruising through, and you could see it in his plants, you know. I mean, they're just, and these guys are basically, they're using the same nutrients, their conditions are the same. Because I do a lot of electrical work for them. And the one guy's flourishing, and his shit's beautiful. It's terpy. And the other guy's stuff is, you know, not the greatest, in my opinion. I hate to say it, but and I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with his attitude. Because even like the people that work for him are really not that happy. You know, they're stressed too because he's trying to fucking constantly force the issue, constantly fucking with the plants. Where the other guy's just growing, man. He's got Bob Marley on every day. He's having a good time. So, and his shit's just booming.
Yep.
Booming.
Official cannabis tester all over the universe. Universal soldier. Rastafari.
Anybody going to Rainbow Farms this weekend?
Music and anything.
It's next
anything
weekend, I
positive.
thought.
What's next weekend?
I thought it was the end of the month. Rainbow
Next
Farms.
weekend is Sunday. Next Sunday.
Yeah,
A week from
Is
this
it
Sunday.
next Sunday? Not this
Yeah, it's
weekend?
next
the following
weekend.
weekend?
Yeah.
Oh wait, next Sunday.
Yeah, it's not this coming. It's not this weekend.
You
It's
sure?
next weekend. Yes.
Mhm.
100%.
I got kids. I'm positive. I
Yeah,
know when
I'm-
I thought
Halloween
it was
and
the
Christmas
25th.
is.
And
Today's the 23rd.
It's the 31st every year, isn't it? Come on. Don't play with my
Yes.
head.
For my
Yeah,
kids
they're-
when they're with me, yeah.
They
It's Halloween.
oh, is anybody going this weekend?
Those fuckers. They'll do anything to fuck with my head.
Is anybody planning on going next weekend then?
If I do, it will probably be Sunday. So they go. Oh no, it is this weekend.
Oh, you better
Second.
check your calendar.
Why? What's
Well, I
going on
can't
this
go.
weekend?
I honestly can't go anyways. I have my
I'm not
daughter
going this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go this weekend. Obligations.
I thought it was next weekend too.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What is it?
Wait.
It's the
What's next weekend, last
23rd and the 24th weekend or what?
I just looked it up. It is the 22nd through the 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I
It was
have it?
next weekend, last weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Smiley.
Next weekend's what?
It was next weekend, last weekend.
Eek.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no way I could go anyways. I have my daughter.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold there anyways. The cold's really cold.
I don't mind that so much.
So what?
I do.
So what is it? A fest or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another kind of like the
Camping.
Bigfoot. They have camping vendors.
Okay.
Yeah.
so was camping available at Clio this last round?
I don't know.
It was supposedly, but I didn't see anybody camping anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't
thought
see it.
so.
I don't know where
asked
they were camping
George.
at.
I asked George, the guy that puts on the event. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. But I couldn't find it anywhere on anything, written.
I wouldn't want to been camping,
Yeah.
man. It was pretty
Just out in the
shitty out.
parking- Yeah, you're out in the
Yeah.
park. They just put you out in that back field.
Well, if you got a nice sleeping bag, I got a nice thick Cabela sleeping bag. I'm so hot in there. But last time we went camping, like the blow up mattress that we had fucking deflated throughout the night. So I was in a nice warm sleeping bag, but I woke up to like rocks in my back. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Oh, that's comfy.
I like camping. I just don't like not getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
That Luzerne campground was nice. I don't know what the ground is made out of, like sand or something. It wasn't lumpy at all. It was nice. I didn't have a air mattress, but I was comfortable as hell. So
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty nice actually. Even when it rained, it wasn't like mud either.
Camping, like rocks in your back camping.
So, but I'll tell you guys this though. My buddy Larry, my bandmate, he made friends with the dude that owns that campground. I guess they gravitated to each other, man, and they're like got a little bro fest going on. And so I guess he was talking to the dude, and we were about renting that place out and just have like everybody, you know, like the local people up there, growers and shit, come up for the weekend, just hang out. And
you talking about Bigfoot?
Yeah, then we could have some bands up there. And
yeah, I was telling Eagle that we should just rent the whole damn place out for us just to hang out.
Yeah, we pretty much talked about that at Bigfoot the last time. Very same thing. Yeah.
We all just basically rent a site.
2022.
So why don't we do that, man?
Yeah.
Make
Let's
it a
work
group
on that
effort.
next year, 2022.
Maybe we just put up a sheet and say sign here if you would want to go, and then have people sign up, and then see how many people sign up, and then figure out what it costs, and then let's do it. It'd be fucking great.
I don't really think you need to do all that. I just think you need to pick a weekend and just everybody book a weekend to go there. I mean, it's an open campground, so
yeah, but you'd have to keep it a private event, right?
I don't think so. Why?
They have music going all the time. I don't know.
I don't think
you could still play. Hell yeah, bring it anyways. Okay.
Like the idea, guys. Camping, family. You know, it's everybody getting together. I probably won't make it, you know, because I'm thousands of miles away. But I could really see that would be a great place to dig it with you guys. I'm just saying, I'd love to be there. That sounds like a great event.
Hell yeah.
Well,
that's why we plan it in advance, dude. You make a trip. Make a trip out of it. We're going to plan it in advance, right?
Yeah.
Once every 10 years, I leave the state.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump out though. It's that time for me. So
444.
444.
all right.
Well, actually, you have 3 minutes, so you have to technically wait. Just kidding.
You can't bank over minutes. Smiley.
I feel like it's an approximation. It's not really
like the starting process.
But yeah,
I have to say goodbye to you guys. It's super late for me. I really enjoyed hanging out with everybody. Thank you so much for having me on the shows.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
See you later.
She beat you up on
It's
that one,
always-
Oh,
Smiley.
he slid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like,
It's always
Take the
nice
doors
to
open.
see new people.
The door's open.
When Eagle and Greens were interviewing each other earlier, it seems to me like there were two of the most positive people in the business, you know, in our neck of the woods, right up there on the screen. So I know that Eagle can't be objective about this, but he can acknowledge that there's a dynamic that takes place when people are friends, and the good spirit that goes between each other, and the communication and inspiration.
It makes it so much easier to do the interview. That's for sure. That is for sure. It was a fun one too. It was a fun one.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
it
good
was-
She
word.
decided to come hang out in the WEedNerdWorld. So it was
It's always
funny.
nice
She
to-
lit up when she seen everybody in chat too.
I
She
know,
watched
that was
that part
awesome.
of- Y'all are here. Oh yeah.
How do you pull up chairs? Awesome. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
nearly 100 people, man. That was amazing. Good show.
Mhm.
You know?
It was good quality, and it wasn't it had that good energy, you know. It had practical advice, but it had some hard advice there too, and some realness. And it was like this, people get too slick, you know, when they start believing their own shit. It's like this, they get slick. Well, you know what, that wasn't so slick, but it was, real nice. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I appreciate reality, real people doing real things. And I don't really need to worry about, what quality it is that they're doing, because it's like this, everybody's experience is very unique and dynamic.
Any
yeah.
topics or questions for Mr. Soul tomorrow you'd like to see asked or discussed?
About that good there.
Well, I'll go. I guess you can tell the story about Genius. I mean, he probably already has before. I'd like to hear it on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. The story
What
of
now?
remake the C99, I think he had to remake that. That must have been a process, to source the materials and stuff like that. Maybe he mentioned that the last times he was here. I think he might have, but it's an interesting and valid question, or, interesting question.
It's funny because some of the folks like Mr. Soul, like, would like kind of question lists. What are we talking about tomorrow? I'm all like, like today I sent him a text back, working on it. Not sure yet. Working on it. I don't usually do that, but if you want
Yeah.
to hear it, I don't. I don't know. It seems to work out better without the questions, but sometimes it's not all about me. Questions want to be answered. So I'm asking if there's any in chat as well. Throw them up there. I will try to get your questions answered as well.
Will he remake the Green Avenger?
Oh, good. That's
a good one. I forgot to ask that one.
That's that I would call one of my probably dream crosses that ever was made, and it's so if you don't know, it's a male vortex.
Twist his arm, eagle. Twist his arm. Get him.
So the Green Avenger is.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say he was a nuclear fucking technician. Am I right? We're talking about Mr. Soul. He's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, and he is a very, he was in Amsterdam, I think, when he got the seeds. You all know he got these seeds at a shop, the Jack Herer seeds, and then he crossed them with a Shiva skunk for structure. But I'm just saying that story itself is authentic. It tells about what a person of intelligence and means and application and practical sensibility can do to contribute to a Cinderella 99 is very unique. It smells of the pineapple and the other phenotype. It just jumped out of my head. But
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit. Yes, thank you. They're amazing, and the fact that it was a 60-day sativa, with those qualities, and it had like a little bit of trippiness to it. That's what I remember. I only got like a Dutch version of it from maybe like the early whatever, but it's like this. I never actually grew the authentic C99, but I'm pretty sure what I had was definitely it because it had that those qualities.
Nice.
Well, Subcool made the Vortex, and one of the descriptions for Vortex is it's like C99 with a bizarre twist. Partially how it gets its name. Twist.
Mr. Soul's great, dude. I did write down your questions, all your questions and topics.
Yeah, so
I will add.
Avenger, that's a Vortex male that he selected from, I think, 1,000 seeds. And then that's crossed to Genius, and Genius is already Vortex's grandmama. The parent
keep up with these things.
Vortex is a Space Queen male and a Apollo 13 female. Apollo 13 was the P75 crossed to Genius. So it's basically doing a back cross to Vortex's grandma. When I had the strain Vortex, and I became infatuated with it, wanted to never run out of the supply of it, tracked down seeds of it, tried to learn as much as I can about its parents, and had to find old Subcool forum posts about all that shit. And based on his description of Vortex and Genius, I surmised that I might have had a Genius dominant phenotype or an Apollo dominant phenotype of this Vortex. So then that put me on the chase for, anything that's more leaning towards the Genius side of things on the Brothers Grimm genetics. And I'm glad that he made that cross, because if any other way, if that cross never was made, but somehow in another dimension I had bestowed on a cut of Genius, and I still had my collection of Vortex seeds that was purchased over a 4-year period between 2009 and 2013, different 5 and 10 packs Vortex over the years that I wanted to get to about 110 seeds, do a pheno hunt run, and line breed it. Basically find my phenotypes that I like and line breed it, F3, F4, down the line to basically isolate the phenotype and make it more true breeding in the Vortex line. Then use a male from that to cross to the Genius, which I would say being able to do 1,000 seed hunt or a pheno hunt run, 1,000 seeds, is not the equivalent to doing all the work of making, F4, but you're going to be able to definitely get outliers in 1,000 seeds opposed to just 10 seeds or 110 seeds like I wanted to do. So, yeah.
I once had a. Sorry,
Yeah,
this is just.
that could be my end all be all favorite cross that someone else has made. There you go.
Rachel, I had a bogus thing that claimed to be Cinderella 99 that ended up being like a purple indica. It smelled a little bit like fruit punch, but it definitely didn't have the sativa-ness to it. But I tell you what, it had the purple calyxes and all of that, so it was a true purple plant. It was beautiful, but it was like, when you feel like maybe somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
It was nice, but I don't think it had anything to do with Cinderella 99. And then I wonder if. Go ahead.
Vortex, there's an old video of Subs that's still up. It's called Harvest Rants. And it's a video of him harvesting a Vortex plant. And he's like, why are the calyxes purple? And he's like, because it's fucking grown right. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
It could very well have been. It did have the tropical feel to it. That's one thing. But it wasn't exactly the pineapple or the grapefruit. So I was going to say the one addendum to that was, how do I know that what I feel is true? So maybe this indeed is a pheno of the C99. Because, why would they want to trick me?
I think he's pretty easy to interview. He can take off. You give him something, he just take off with it.
Is there any haze in C99?
Well, is that the cross the Jack Hare to Shiva Skunk? And that what came out of those was Princess and Genius, and the C99 is a cubed version of Princess. Is that right?
I don't know. I guess you could ask for them all.
I guess so. I'll find out tomorrow, right? That's what I think. Like, I didn't know that. I knew it had something to do with Jack Hare. It has to, because the lemon dominant terpenes. Yeah.
I don't remember him saying that.
But the way
theoretically, some weed, say even a small amount, say like, let's just say you got like 5 grams at a little place there in Amsterdam. It was seeded. From this seeded weed, he got the genetics for this Cinderella 99 or Cinderella 99 and all that stuff. But it's like this: he crossed it with the Shiva skunk to help with its structure, because it was a little more wimpy, and that's what I heard, and I'm pretty sure that's probably fairly true, and I'm sure that he'll say it in a much more interesting way tomorrow.
Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, the Genius and Princess are sisters. He line bred, made 2 different lines of seeds based on 2 different phenotypes. If that's correct, we'll find out tomorrow.
This is something that I can't keep up with.
That sounds right.
I can't.
Never.
Mr. Soul, such a legend. I'm just saying, this is a great place to be. It's a good time.
And Mr. Greenfingers, bet you like that.
I like that.
I like that.
It's a mason jar. My wife got that for me.
That's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
A Halloween thing. Yes, I thought he liked that.
Oh, it's the flip top too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, I think this is usually glass, but this is porcelain, I believe. I think he's got something. Don't you got something on your wall like that? Don't you got something on your wall like that?
Cool.
Green Fingers does.
That's what I thought. Mr. Greenfingers got something on his wall like that, doesn't he?
The skulls haunting me everywhere I go. I see dead people. I'm just kidding.
I got that one,
Oh yeah, there you go.
and then I got that to there.
Let's go think of the other one. Yeah.
This one.
The thing that you guys don't know that my wife does know is I don't even have a sense of, I just kind of like have a sense of irony.
You're pretty cool, beautiful boy. We like you.
Plenty.
I like you too, man. I like everybody on this panel. I was looking at the panel earlier and there were like so many squares up here. I thought it was a patchwork quilt or a crossword puzzle. And it was like this. I said, what a fucking bunch of cool people.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
I'm gonna stop that.
Oh, did
Yeah,
want
and
to
speaking of some weed, Mr. Buddha Boy, you got some pretty tasty looking buds growing yourself there. I've seen your Instagram stuff. Some of that shit looks pretty ominous and dense. Like you can knock people out with those fucking things.
You know, ideally, stuff I would have like several rooms filled with some pretty awesome shit because I'm a fairly discerning and fucking dedicated person. But frankly, I got a lot going on in my head a lot of the time that's meaningless bullshit, and it gets in the way for me to engage in meaningful activities. And sometimes it's called a self-preservation skill. Sometimes it's called a defense mechanism. Sometimes it's just called being lazy. But I have to manage my energies. It's one of those things because if my energy gets going too radical, too fast, I can keep up with it, but nobody else can. So that's not good for, the world around me.
Right.
But
No, that's
honestly,
understandable.
I love the way the plant looks. I try to go to as deep of a level. I try to use my camera, which is my phone, as like my microscope. You hear people talking about scoping their fucking shit. Well, it's like this. I just like to get a beautiful look at the plant and see it while it's there because I've had thousands, over the years just come and go and nobody ever even saw them.
Right. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah.
It's a piece of art, you know what I mean? It's a rarefied, she's a celebrated woman and she has a relatively short lifespan.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've taken a lot of pictures and then erased them right away because I was freaking out, going, fuck, if they ever get my phone, man, they see this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did happen.
Whoops.
To me.
Yeah. Wait, I don't even write anything down
I've
at all.
heard, yeah, I know people it's happened to, so they've used that against them, and I'm just like, especially when you get some monster cola or something, you just can't believe how big it is. You're just taking pictures like a fish,
We're only as good as our genetics. So it's like this, when we go to our garden and we start looking at the goddess's glorious creations, we got to say, hey, behind this beautiful creation is a breeder who had an intention, and this plant was pliable and willing and able. And according to the laws of botany, there was propagation and selection. And this is the amazing fucking spectrum of consciousness that we experience, those who cultivate the cannabinoids.
All my first stuff was all bag seed. So the where it
Yeah.
came from.
Yeah.
I would take those in a heartbeat if I still had my bag seed collection.
Oh, I got a
That'd
huge
be good.
bag seed collection.
It came from Mexico.
Man, I had film containers loaded, the old 35 millimeter film containers, just loaded with them.
Yeah.
And I can't find them. I wish I could find them. A lot of good stuff, a lot of shitty stuff too, but there's a lot of good stuff in there, man. I did grow out my first couple of grows was from that. And I grew out, my first grow was turned out to be a maple leaf indica. So when this thing was popping up, I had looking at it, I'm like, this does not look like no fucking pot plant. And even the first leaves come off, they look like maple leaves, man. And I'm like, this is a fucking maple tree, man. What the fuck? So I had to research it and actually found it. And I'm like, ooh, this is like a hash plant. Like, this is like one of the original hash plants from back in the fucking day,
Wow.
So I'm like, wow, I got an old school. I wish I would have kept it around, It grew up. Fuck, it was over 8 feet tall. I had no, it was just a single cola, and that thing just went bananas.
I love the Afghanica, the expression of the leaves. I'm just saying that's one thing I'll say is like one of the first bag seed I grew was this really strong Afghanica, with these gnarly ass, big ass leaves, but it probably had about 60 THC.
Right.
CBD plant or something. I had no idea, but I selected it out. But I did notice one thing was the structure of that plant was something to this day that I kind of see in the Kushes. So anyway, Eagle was going to say something there.
I was going to say, and it's still on the 5. It's in spirit of the 5, where I'm going to call it. 505.5 ended and call it good. Get the work and stuff going. Join me tonight. We'll be here, and hopefully, maybe it would be fun if we can talk his ass into hanging out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Well, once again, Eagle, thank you for having us. Thank you for having the Weed World nation, or wait, Weed Nerd World. I went and blew it all up, didn't I?
It's a tongue twister, that's for sure.
It is in a minute. So thank you for having us. Appreciate you. Bless you. Appreciate everybody on the panel here. Modern Green Fingers, Chicha, Red Pill. Let's see who else is on here. Stony Rock Pillar, Buddha Boy. All right, guys. I think that's everybody.
Get your internet back.
Yeah, I'm glad to get my data back. At least I can get on here, and I couldn't even watch a video. It just sat there and squirreled on me.
Hey Johnny, before you go, did you hook up with Automation is Freedom?
Yes, I did.
All right.
He came in today, and we smoked out, and I got to smoke him out with a lot of my good weed. I think it's good weed, and he thought it was good too. Deal. So, yeah.
Good deal.
I'm happy. It was a great day.
Johnny's got the good shit.
Awesome. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace and love. Always.
Peace.
See you later, my man.
Cheers, everybody.
Later, Eagle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be long-winded. Not really, but I'm gonna sign out next. But I did want to say to Buddha Boy, if you already do know about this, let me know. But earlier you said you have a butterscotch thing. There is a butterscotch strain, and you also began with the Bubba Kush conversation topic that you brought up.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's Kush heavy. It's vanilla Kush crossed to instant karma. I don't know who makes it, but I've had it numerous times. It was one of my favorite concentrates to get from D-Dot Labs back in Colorado. It's extremely fucking good. It's a generic or general Kush overtones with legit butterscotch terps in there too. And then it's got even like that I said yesterday, one of the terpenes I like is woody. It's kind of got that mossy tree stump, campfire, you know, woodsy, deep woods. Probably smells like Eagles or fucking Buddha Boy's backyard or whatever. Very woodsy, very butterscotchy, very cushy. If you can get your hands on it, that's right up your alley. But,
That sounds like Red Pill. Quickly, BC Bud Depot had one called Free Leonard, that like Free Leonard Peltier. He was a native rights activist, but they changed the name on it. But the cut was from Michigan, and it was a butterscotch. I'd have to look at their catalog and see what it is, but I should go for that. If you're ever looking for it, you might look up their catalog. Anyway.
yeah, if it's in seed form, let me know. Because like I said, that was one of my very favorite concentrates I ever got. And I was actually happy because, you know, when you go to a dispensary, you get something and you fall in love with it, you don't know if you're ever going to get to fucking try it again. This wasn't that case. This was around for a while. I got to try it a bunch of times and I loved it each time. But yep, thank you guys. Cheers, Eagle. Rest of you guys, Buddha Boy,
Yeah,
Stony,
Red Pill.
Modern.
Always good.
Anyone else? There? Green fingers?
Yeah. See you, Red Pill.
Okay. Love you guys. Peace.
Love
you too, brother. See you later. Hey, Stony, I was really enjoyed your playing last weekend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that
enjoyed
was.
it.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. It was. I wish it would have went a little smoother, but it wasn't meant to be. There's a lot of lessons learned, you know. I forgot shit at home that I needed, so I wasn't playing with the full drum set. And then I was kind of forced into, you know, I had to bring my kids with me up there. So it was nice that they had the separate tent off to the side and they didn't have to be really involved. Not that, to me, it's not a big deal. I mean, if they go to a fair or whatever, there's drunk people fucking everywhere. I mean,
that's right.
And to me, those people are ignorant because I've been even at, where the hell did I take them? To the amusement park, and they have drinking there, and there's some drunk people walking out of the park and dropping F-bombs everywhere. And it's like, dude, there's kids everywhere, man. And my kid, you go to that event, there's nobody really talking like that. Everyone's really smooth and
everybody's smooth and cool, dudes.
Only thing is, somebody dropped an edible piece of candy, small one, and my kid's like, oh, look, candy, and I'm like, get out and don't touch any candy here.
Don't touch anything here.
Yeah,
anything here.
No, they can't. Yeah, you know, that was the only thing that worried me, and I forgot who it was. Somebody there had a one of them gumball machines, and they had it loaded with Hershey Kisses. So my daughter asked me for a quarter, and I was talking, you know, and I'm like, oh, what for? Oh, there's a gumball machine. Okay, here, and I give her a quarter. Not thinking, you know, and I'm talking, and then it hit me, and I look at her, I see her putting the money in, and she's getting the thing out. I grabbed it. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Let me see that. And I look, it's a Hershey Kiss, but I'm like, is this really a Hershey Kiss? And I looked, and the chick's like, yes, it's a real Hershey Kiss. I'm like, all right. Fuck, man. The last thing I need is my kid taking that shit. I don't really do edibles, so I don't have that shit. So it's not like it's available here. But yeah,
I was so glad to see you there. That was really, I really enjoyed that. That's really why I went that day. I was going to go Sunday. I didn't. Weather was going to be a little better Sunday, but I came first. I came Saturday to watch you. And me and I wrestling his wife. Hung out with him. So
yeah, I appreciate it. That was awesome. You guys showed up. I wish I had, like I said, the time to come and hang out because, you know, after we got done, then I was hanging out a little bit with the guys, and then George came up and it was like, yeah, you know, kind of got to get those kids out of here. And I'm like, I know, you know, I didn't plan on really hanging them around there very long anyways. We had a pool at the hotel we were at, so they wanted to go swimming anyways. They weren't interested in hanging out there. They did like selling our t-shirts and stuff, so they had fun doing that.
Like they were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wish it was a little bit more kid friendly or acceptable, I guess. I mean, quite frankly, I even talked to my ex about it. My ex, she likes to drink. You know, she does both. I know she does, but she's a drinker, and I don't. And I used to, and not that I had a problem. I mean, I guess I did. I wasn't an everyday guy or nothing, but when I drank, I fucking drank. You know, I was putting down a bottle. There was no half a bottle or no. We drank it to open it and finish it right then and there. So yeah, so when I drank like that, so then it was like just thinking about it, everything I ever did, every bad decision I've ever made usually came on the heels of drinking during or right after, you know. Just never made a good decision being drunk. So having two daughters, knowing being drunk versus being completely high, I preferred my kids, if I had a choice to tell them which one they could have or do, it would be definitely weed. I'm not going to give them booze. To me, there's no benefit in the booze. There's no health benefit, that's for sure. I've watched plenty of my family members die because of it. And just the trouble it's caused everybody. Where the people I know that just smoked weed, they don't have these fucking problems.
It's socially accepted. Anybody is socially accepted. But you know, I don't judge people for drinking. I don't have no issue with it because I don't want nobody to judge me for my pot use either. And that's happened, you know, throughout my life. I've been judged for my pot use. And I'm like, you guys drink like a fucking, you know, trade here, but you know, I'm a bad person because I smoke weed. Give me a break. Exactly. So at the same token, I don't want to be that person either. I don't want to be, and but there's definitely, I'm not gonna hop in the car with somebody's drinking.
Right.
You know, I know that's had too much to drink, but I don't. Most of the time, people don't get too high to fucking drive.
Right.
If you're taking edibles, you know, something ingested, something. Okay, that's different. I don't want to high with you, but I wouldn't drive. But if I had a choice, I had to choose one, you know what I mean? I'm not going with that guy's drinking, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
You know,
I don't mind
socially
the drinking.
accepted.
I mean, look, there's drinking, and then, you know, that's the thing with drinking is that you're not going to be able to avoid getting drunk if you keep drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get fucked up. You're going to be impaired. You're going to start saying and doing stupid shit. I mean, it's just, that's how it is, you know, and depending on how much you drink, but that's what I'm saying. There's always people wherever you go at a function that's had too much to drink, you know. I mean, if you look at these fests too, when I go to like the High Times Fest or even these Clio ones, where are the cops at? There's one cop there and there's never a fucking altercation. But I've yet to go to any of these fests where I've played in the past or I've just been a patron at the beer garden on a Saturday night. There's a fight. Somebody's fighting. There's the cops are there. There's some sort of fucking, and that's the problem is if there was a way where you can limit, you know, and it's hard to cut someone off because I've been cut off before and, you know, and then you're not a happy person when they do that because, you know, your ego is really huge when you're fucking drinking. And someone comes and cuts you off, you're like, well, fuck, you're telling me I'm fucking, you don't know me. And the next thing you know, it's a problem.
Yeah. Just don't happen with pot.
No.
But I just wanted to give before you got off, I wanted to say I really enjoyed that and I'm glad you did that.
Except right now.
Don't get dope.
Cut you guys off, man.
I know. I gotta go too, man. Tired.
We'll party all night. Eagle.
Yeah, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you, Papa. Modern tonight. Tons of respect for you. I love seeing you.
Peace out, guys. Love you all.
Peace out, modern.
I'm going to take the liberty to say good evening. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your support. And please, if you vote, don't vote for me.
We Nerd World, We Nerd for Life. Eagle, done it again. And an even better show tomorrow night. Love you, Eagle.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for participating. What is now? That being said, let's get to it. Lined up, shout out. All right. You can hear it now. You can hear it now. Yeah, I think I got messed up that mic somehow. I don't know what I did to it. It was a good mic too. Oh, it's facing backwards. That's what it is. Ah, there we go. Nonetheless, let's get to it. Sub Ghoul, D's House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MGN 89, Unplugged 705, Medical Motel Cuddy, Rick T the Rebel, the 92207, Baby and Selena's, Dave's not here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, you're listening to T Dog, Gun Beetle, Red Eye Jedi Crows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duck Weed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Goodearth, Strong Man, Okie Grower 75, Corey Treble, Michael Wall, Small Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don Slow, Greg S, In the Bushes 827, James Siemens, Kevin Hans, World's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, Biomerter, Dirt Road Dude, Kanashiba, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710 Canuck, Ken Queen Genetics, Stabby Tanasi, Fumador, Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Mr. Bacillus, Sim Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta, Jess Soil, Root Small, Tube Tyler, Frosty Bugs, Norm Michigan Micro, Roy G Bud, Stub T Roy, Big Jar Growth, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weeder, John, Last PPJ 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Production, State Grower, DOA, Grown Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Canasee, Nutrient Shootout, Sonny, Nikki, Zoe, and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation, Global 420, High Spy, Aldridge, 25, Miss Madam T, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, Candy Crate, Loki Grower, Cessa, This Guy, Burton, 79, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, 31, Voodoo Ultra, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine, Drone, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Late Wayback Farmer, D Block, MMP Nations Creations, yeah. Amber Lana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artless, LD, Surge, Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Manawai, G3, The Green Click, JK, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkley, Brittany, and Tyler T. Stay, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, B2 Crazy for you, BG, WG 420, Dr. Budswell, Some OG, Arthro, Sense Me, Arthro, Just the Face 420, Beast Coast Grower 420, Sir How, Trey Malone, Keep It Real, Hagerson 420, Haggard, oh yeah, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT, Double E, Grows, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Eggs, Work Chef, Swift Life, School of Crop, because I love it, Green Mountain Grower, out Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Meow Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Sellout, Wins, Kingdom Microponics, Ingra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane Bed Garden, Dreamer 77, Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664. Spaniard, Cougar Jones, and Grow Raz, Amy Dro Grows, Cass, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Red Flag, Jerry Maya Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Oil, Jason Isom, P. Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy makes Scroggerton the fourth. The Goddess Grows, Chad and Brad, or Kaylee Burrows, Chad and Brad Family Farms, Paulie P, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, UGA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, May Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fisto, Happy Guy. You guys know this one. Who's this guy? Oh, jumped. That's funny. I'll take it though. This is why we grow. Dan the Indoor Man, Gromies, Homies, Hamilton, Smoke, Clip, Zone, Clip, Smoke, Keystone, Cannon Flag, PA, Big High, 710, Eugene Greenleaf, H3 Hustle, Fred Dark, Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grove, 420, Noah Sellout, Jesse White, Chastain Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Social J, Killer 8, Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, The Pharmacy, Seabag, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mayhead, Matt Myron, Forte, Rick Kamen, Stephanie Dora, Intended Seeds, Fab, Carries K, Mike Rubles, The Drew Beer 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Move, Popco 719, Bakery Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunts, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Hunter Groans, Laura Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone Guys, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jam McBodyface, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google and Jewel, I'm Going Well, Canadian Restore, Dirt Farmer, Power White, Zepner, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Sheldon Machine, Oak Park Gardens, Hale 9782, Skunk Packs, Martial Artist 2012, Michael Slave, Hafner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert Mr. Green Figures, Motherfucking Thomas, Rachel Coach of Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn Meats, Trent Jigger, Missy Mac, Tony Lake Baloney, Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty Country Roots, Huron Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420 T to 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Peter B. Man, Farm 616, Style up in the North, Max Newman, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Bean, Dischronic 88, Bad Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kidman 03, Turf Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolfstein, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Wassa Bob, White Feather Grows, Bernie Troops, Tony Road, Snake, K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith, New Grows, Sean McGann, Jay Bunks, Think Agenda, Walla Walla Candy Grow, Fall Dog, Huron, Kansas Scouts, Alyssa, Ferris Rockman, Justice Make 420, Ben Fresh Grove, Driving Herbs, High Boy, You Man Grows, We Be Grown, Australian Grove for Love for the Plant, Argo American, Spot Poker, Unfroze with K-Man, Hawaii's Highest, Surf Crack, Michael Room, Jeff Lowenfeld, Mobius Grows, Dank Brownie, Stan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, or The Forging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Seeds, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Austin, Dr. MJ, Coco Bracken, Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun, Willie, Dane Yoda, Jane Simmons, Turbo Goes, Clackamas, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy, Roadboy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamas Coot, or Clackamas 420, Seeking Cold, Dylan Cypher, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grove, 707, J.A. Dro, J.A. 420, Cascadian Grown, Tito's McGee, 4.8, Weedworks, Captain Scroggs, Funky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee, Live, McGasser, Tempe, Annie N.D., Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Boots, 11 Smiles, 11, Bindu Buzz, Michael Ross, and Plenty, 311, Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen Hayes, G Friend Tree, MMJ, Matt S.A. Ball, Dragonfly Beat, Justin Med, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Type Blasco Seeds, Jamming Go Gas, Basketball Light, John Smith, Tommy Dracos, Uncle King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pilot, in chat currently, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silbert, Indoor Left, Stephanie V, Shark Bully, 989, Bob Brown, Simon Garner, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y, Bugs 1, 313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, to mid, to chat, Mr. Randy D, Bag Seed, Dr. DGC, Jess Runner 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skibble 1, Metro 1, Empire Breeding Go for Rolly, Lost Sleep, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, that is. CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking West, Small Town, Tim Ness, Mr. Latency, Raptor Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Rob, Door, Michigan Quarter, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb Bum, Mr. Green Thumb, 420, 808, Rudy Prospects, the Kenny Bus Driver, Hayden Light, Kenny 710, Operation Pro, T-Ben, TM 42696, Wood Nuts, 619, Dr. Scrambles, Hammer D Nails, BB Moon Rocks, GHF, or GF, Double D, Bio Green, South Grower, Hayden Station 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joy, Warrior Rodriguez, Be Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer Bee Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Guards, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Ooh, Soil for Life, Bully for Life, the Jeff Rose, 42069, Beaver 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn my Big Ted's Test, the Riff and Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie Farms, Aldridge, 25, Smiley's Garden, JT's, Miss T's Nuts, Gamokin, Grow Frazier, Grokoski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve, Cameron, Mr. Backseat, Joe Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, DTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, DLP, 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper, 420, Camp Trooper, Blind Cat, 420, Light It Up, Give Tim, UKSIF, 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck Medical, MJ Budswell, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dankman Dan, Dankman 420, Red Sun Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Teacher B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420, Irony, the American One, W Digger 714, Sharates, Kidios, Genetics, Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot fire, Ian, Sergeant Robbie, or Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Epipade Came, Figure Lakes Finds, Ridge Patch, Dozer Moon, Southern BT Grower, Choose Medical, Jerry Bear, +1 Mushroom, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little Tent, 2042 Spacewalker, Christian, Tree Mump, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Garden, John Smith, Elliptus, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest, Seeds, Rod, Sky, Paul, Lemon Hoko, Trench, Rita's Juicy Life, 420 Grant Manual, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle, 81, 90s Colas, Chris Move, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, Decay Brew, Cannon Nation, J Wires, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows. Oh, I already did that side. You almost got a two for Richard Forbes, David Comenta, B4 P-Funk, Nicotine, John Reese, What a Wild Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffer Man, B. Dunkley, James Chung, Sarge Gross, 818, John Waynes, Carolina Roots, Sister Golden Hair, Dana, El Dangarino, KNF Farms, Blake 1030, Choose One, Only Feet, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grove, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Grows, Matt, or Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420, K2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy, Hardy Gear, Benny Cropper, Daniel Grows Photos, Mitten Grown Med, Sunrise Grows, Lexi Brittany Coop, My Baby Girls, No Limit, 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, The Cannon Mix, Soul Born Addiction, Roz Joe, Alex D, Dirty Aura, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, John, Sarge Gross, 818, Blaze Hilly, Pride Piper, Perpetual, Eagle Proud Warrior, Smiles for you, Franco Sounded the Dank Dungeons, Kino Kelly Waxwell, Captain 420, Frank Sounded the Dank, or State Fat, What About Bob, Ill Justin 420, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dungeon Gangster, THC4, PTSE, Teddy Barrington, Honcho Grown, Swampcat, Polero, Canabika, Best of because Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Canaferry, 420, AB, Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bayer Free, J. Brent, 74, CK, Brown Guy, 420, Packer Dirt, 420, Bernard Tree, Main, EA, Grayson Drones, 207, Hydro Day, Hempwood, GG, Jamie Rain, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman Cannabis, Bruce City, Sin, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Polly B, Quick Me, Nimble, Bud E, Kilowatts, Michael D, 4889, Disbanded Brothers, Macelia, Man, Joseph, Grace Medicine, RX, Keith and Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis, 411, Freedom of Speech, Stocker, Jointsworth, These Trees, Ganja Sudoku, 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Cannabis Butter Babe, What About Bob, Sacred Gardens, Gus Grove, Slick Rick A, Dog Pound, David St. Louis, Move Watts, Gosh Dang Yeti, Ed Rin, M. Brown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last 54, Matthew Sosa, Gals, Sue, Illinois Man Baiters, Jake Bruce Genetics, Dark Horse Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel and Jen, excuse me, from North Sour Genetics, Carol Ann, Mr. Blue Cry, PTA, B13, Leo, Brew Beyond Perfection, XX Elite, GPXX, Uncle Stoner Dude, Crispy Treat Kitchen, Growers Paradise, LED Grown, I Seen Decoy Bacon, Mrs. Cato, Fresh Baked One, J. Allen, Big Bob Grows, J. Cannon, Australian Grows, Yucca, 420 Gardens, Daniel Phils, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling, Sally, Silly, Seashells. Wob Wobby, Sean Bibbs, Rescue Ready, Roadside, LLC, Notorious Thug, Magma Seeds, Father and Son Trimming Tutorials, Dub D Dink, Jose Ramirez, Perez, Dongle the Hut, 420, Fuck, Chiba Man, GR420, Community Videos, Detroit River Red, Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captain Vada, Cheddar 13, 420, Med Grower, Cookies, Coop, Jay Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skaken, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Kazoo, Aaron Burnage Rooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, 420 Grotech, Paul Tiello, Frank, John Fleming, Dankovich, Fiber Flower, Paulie P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny, Organic Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Polak, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, for Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That P, Misfit Grove, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Stone Breaker MD, Sony Creek, Russ Sonic, Fred Sweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Herbert Hash, Freebird, Mo Grower, Manigar, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim Blake, Gulf Coast Chronic, Sink Fact, Caballero, Polero, Harley Garley, Jen God, Jason Line 512 again, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island, Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, J.R. Reed, Randy K, Steve Collins, CCDR, Claire Gillian, Wardrobe, Farming, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boog, 3223, Wake Up Captain, Freedom Be Pumper, Smiles, 15 Digit, Biscuit Gaja Youth, Hash, Fred G, Super Bob, Groski 808, Weekend at Bernie's K Justin Station, Strong Style Organic, Zippy, I Medic, Honesty, K Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks Newton, K and T, Chris D, True Serum, 4x Phone, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu Jitsu, Ken of Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Cut, Albert Chenry, Mo, Manny Med, Braz, Benchy, Helen, Huge, Janus, Safety, Atomic Smooth, Miss Jill, Big Daddy LT Gardens, High Flower Brush, 420, Lobster Brush Bro, Mother Tree, Maine, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Aesthetic, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, Cannabis Presumed, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, surrounded by Keith Farley Farms, Fringe Dwellers, Singular Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt. Mike, Steve, 562, Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost, Denick, Zenzola, B, Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Smurf. Sorry, that's 2 days in a row. I'm sorry. 4GTC, A, Bush Doctor, Astro Charlie, Dirty Hoe Gardens, TK, James D. Weaver, Grow Ohms, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herbs, Tasty Worm Terps, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Abolish Farms, Spartan Groves, Johnny Green Thumb, Michigan Wildflower, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Ton O'Connor, DP710, the Caribou TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Primo, Equilibrium, Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crop, Stupid Trucker, eBay Bud Tender, The Glass Girl 420 Grove, Ted Nugs, Matt Javine, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, Skunk 8, Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Skier, JMC 182, Justin Gucci, Webcam Sony, Dan Stoney, Baby Fat, Jay Cooted, Pip 1000 again, Dan Stoney, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad Star, Mountain Larry, Justice Mick, Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dog Seeds, Butt Plug, Bungaloo, Luck E, Plot D, Gasoline, Michael T World, hopefully I said that right, Green Gorilla, CT Gardens, Ben, Up and Able, Mr. Mac Duber, hopefully I got that right, Kush Terps 5, Zenti Metal, Green Goddess, Alberta Cannabis Grower, and last but not least, Weedus 207. Thank you, all of the above, for tuning in, participating, making this show possible. With that being said, hopefully you know the routine by now. This is the end of your day, your journey. Please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, please have an amazing day, a prosperous day. In the midst of all that, please take time for a little bit of self-love. You cannot give what you do not have. With that being said, you deserve it. Take time to do something nice for somebody along the way. I would greatly appreciate it. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I've been picked up and put up more than one time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time. With that being said, please take time to do something for somebody. Random acts of kindness, I swear, they do save lives. You guys have an amazing Saturday. I will see you tonight, 11:30, with a cannabis legend, Mr. Soul, will be joining me tonight. Please tune in, tell a friend,